MTDCNC, bringing you the latest engineering news, reviews, events and special offers via video media.
For all you budding motorsport fans, you've got to carry on watching this video. You'll know Xtrac and you'll know Matsuura. The two of those have come together here at Xtrac's head office in Thatcham. Matsuura have supplied two new machine tools of late. I'm going to go and meet with Martin and he's going to tell us why the business opted for those machines. So Martin, we're in the machine shop here. This machine behind us is obviously one of the most recent purchases, which is the 100H. It's a pretty sizable machine. What are you actually doing on it?
It's mainly for castings. It gives us a large casting capability. It's flexible. We've got multi-pallet operations on there.
So this is actually a two-pallet machine, but inside the machining area is 5-axis machining capability. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's got a full 5-axis capability, which gives us great flexibility and enables us to reduce the number of setups when we're machining really complex castings.
And is that behind the decision, or one of the decisions, to buy the machine? Because previously you were having to do multiple operations on one machine or multiple setups.
Yeah, flexibility was certainly one of the key considerations, as well as speed and changeover options, as we were.
So now you can do 5-face machining. You can machine the part essentially in one hit, but you're not doing volume here, are you? You're not doing thousands of castings at once.
No, we're certainly not a high volume operation. Probably the maximum size of our batches going through here will be, in a region of 20, but we can start as low as 2 or 3 if we're in the prototype phase of a project.
And with the type of component or casting you've got there, you can need a lot of tools. Have you got a lot of tools on this machine?
Yeah, this one can take 240. So our last major casting that we did, we used 241 tools, but that was largely because we were compromised on setup. So now with 240 tools in one machine, it's going to help greatly with the setup reduction.
So it's bigger castings that you're machining on the H100, but I noticed this fixture plate here. What's that for then? Smaller ones?
Yeah, if we're not running a large casting, it does give us the opportunity to run a number of smaller castings on the fixture, so that we can keep the machine running and give us a much different, more flexible capability where smaller castings are concerned.
So when it comes to fixturing, you'll make your own fixtures for some parts, but you'll use things like the VB dock block for more modular stuff.
Yeah, we do make a lot of our own, but for something like this, we would buy a purpose-built, a purpose-made set of fixturing from a known supplier. So.
And on this machine here, obviously Matsuura is the machine that you chose. Why was that?
We're looking around, you can see that we have a number of the Matsuura machines anyway, but the support and service we get from Matsuura is great. They're on site if we have a problem. They're always on the end of the phone to help if it's something simple.
And did sort of precision, accuracy, repeatability, speed come into it too?
Oh, every single one of those. I mean, they were a given basically. So quality, reliability, performance. We need our machines to work all the time. So.
And it wasn't just one machine that you bought recently, which we've just spoke about. There was another one. So let's go and have a look at that.
Okay. Yeah, we bought a 35V, a vertical machine at the same time with a 32 pallet changing system on it. So.
Okay, let's go and have a look. So this is the 35V MAM Matsuura machine. Slightly different in terms of its build and its configuration to the H100. Why this machine?
Okay, so we can use this for internal components for the gearbox, for the differential. It will take bigger batches, so I say bigger batches, but sort of half a dozen to a dozen parts. But it also has a higher spindle speed, it's got greater flexibility, and we've got a 32 pallet loading system on it so that we can load a job and forget it.
Because what I didn't mention is this is a 5-axis machining centre, and when you talk about pallets, You can literally have an operator press the button and produce 32 parts all the same without any intervention.
Ideally, that would be great. It doesn't always happen, of course, but the intention is that we can set up a machine once and leave it running.
So there's a very definitive line between the H100. That's for your castings, your casings for the transmission or the gearboxes, and here you've got more of the internal parts.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so the 100H gives us a great flexibility in terms of castings and all the internals that we can manufacture on here. So.
And would it be fair to say in the decision-making process, the things that you touched on before about the H100, what you liked about Matsuura, are the same with this?
Of course, yeah. It's the same level of service and same level of support. It's absolutely paramount in the type of operation that we're trying to run here.
Changing tactic a bit here, Xtrac. Why do people opt for your transmission technology here, Martin?
Well, it's all about quality, performance and reliability. And we always say if you want to win a race, then you should have an Xtrac gearbox in your car.
And big, bold statement, but what's behind that? You know, what makes them or what gives you that advantage?
Well, we have our own in-house design team. Production engineering is based in amongst with the design engineers, so everything they're designing for manufacture. And then we have great flexibility with the machine shop, being able to interpret the design and convert that into a high-quality gearbox. We hand build everything on site, and we also test everything before it leaves the building. So a customer receives the gearbox, he knows he has the confidence to throw it straight into a car, and it's going to run, and they've got potential to win the race with it.
And there's me thinking you were going to say it's all down to Matsuura. Thank you very much for your time today, Martin. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. Cheers.
For more videos, products and news, go to mtdcnc.com or follow MTD Online on Twitter.